Welcome to the roundtable, everybody. You're listening to us on the Broadway Podcast Network, or you're watching us on Broadway World or on YouTube, where our artists talk about art. My name is Robert Bannon, and I'm excited. I got an email. You know, artists amaze me. They are so amazing and resilient. In real life, I teach fifth grade, and I'm a science teacher. And a lot of the times in our STEM programming and engineering, we've been building things. We build things with egg cartons and plastic and tape and etc. Can you imagine making music from cardboard? That and like not just like the guy on the street corner making music from cardboard, like Keanu Reeves making music from cardboard. I mean, it's insane to me what has happened with cardboard sessions. I'm excited to hear all about it. Dave, you gotta come bring your engineering voodoo musician magic to the show. Welcome.
Yes. Nice to meet you. I was just saying, you guys are gonna love my backdrop right now because I got some Lana Del Rey up there, and I have daughters, and I'm using their room for this Zoom call or whatever. Yeah, dude, great introduction. I love it. I didn't know you were a teacher, a fifth grade teacher. I feel like a lot of people that will reach out every once in a while about some of these ideas are also like professors and teachers, because they see us using like alternative materials to take, objects that we know and love and turn them into something incredibly special and that works. And sometimes those are the best ideas. Well, you don't know they're going to be great ideas.
Right. Can you explain what exactly you do?
So we're builder makers. Basically, we started in skateboarding and snowboarding. And so we still have a snowboard company that we run called Signal Snowboards. And to give you the 2-minute kind of view of it all, we started a show many years ago where we would build snowboards out of unique materials and then test those snowboards. And so we made one out of glass. We made one we 3D printed one, and then we made one out of cardboard. And so that got the attention of a cardboard company called Ernest Packaging, and these fantastic people over at Ernest Packaging wanted to do more projects with us, and that turned into making things out of cardboard. And so we made a surfboard that a pro surfer surfed. We made a skateboard that Tony Hawk rode, and then we made the Strat at Fender with Master Builders, and it came out like beyond our expectations, beyond what we imagined. It plays amazing. It looks amazing. It ended up at NAMM. It inspired us to make a drum set out of cardboard. It then inspired a bass guitar with Fender, and we just finished a Telly. So we have like this whole cardboard band, that we can put together. And honestly, like the whole idea behind this concept is just to like embolden creativity, like bring people together, think a little bit differently, design something interesting, and then it has to be used. It has to be played. So like, if we built this guitar and we'd have to play it if it sounded terrible or if, it sounds great, but if it sounded terrible, we would have had to play that too. So the fact that it came out good is a real testament to the master builder and all the guys on our team and the Ernest team for being able to be so flexible with the materials and figure out a way to make this happen.
It's fascinating.
It is pretty wild. I trip out on it all the time because, the actual shows, if you go back and watch, you can see the Fender guitar getting made. You can see the drum set getting made, the bass getting made. So you can kind of walk through the process and how we make those. But then after we had them played, all those instruments went into storage. And then during lockdown, I was like, dude, when we get out of this, we got to bring these things out and get artists to play them. And we decided, like, let's kick up cardboard sessions. And luckily we had our good friend John Theodore from Queens of the Stone Age and Isaiah Mitchell play the first session. And those guys are so liked and loved, and they're such amazing musicians that just kind of kicked off the whole concept. And now we're like going into season 3, and we have like 26 sessions. We've done, like you said, a session with Keanu Reeves, with Billy Gibbons, with Jay Mascis from Dinosaur Jr. We did Marcus King, and we just finished one I'm super stoked on with Pete Yorn and Jackson Phillips from Daywave.
Yes.
So yeah, cool stuff.
Wait, you have Billy Gibbons playing a
Yeah.
cardboard guitar.
Yeah. He wrote a whole song about cardboard. Like, it was crazy. He came into the studio and wrote an entire song about playing this cardboard guitar. We were just excited that he was going to come in and jam. And then he was like, no, I got this idea. I wrote a song about it. And I was like, no way. And so we just spent the whole day in the studio.
Where can people see these?
On YouTube. So just go to youtube.com/Signal Snowboard, and all the cardboard sessions are there.
All right. And we'll put the link. The link is going to be below it, right? Wherever you are. So you can watch them on YouTube. And Dave, is there, not to be too personal, Dave.
No, hit it.
Is there a business model? Is it a political message? Like, what is the intention behind this? Are we going to be rich? Are we going to save the world? Like, what are we going to do?
We're going to bring people together. That is the only business model that I really care about. I don't really care about money. I don't really care about fame. It's really just bringing people together and being creative, and then everything else just falls in place. Every time we do that, the right people come to the session or the table or the idea. And I've just found that that's kind of the best way to operate.
That's so awesome. You're out in California. Are you in Palm Springs?
I'm in New York. I live in New York City.
Are?
Yeah. How about you?
I'm in Fort Lee, New Jersey, right over the bridge. Hold on. I'm going to get my Amazon boxes and be over at your house in an hour.
Nice.
I'm ready. You community creating something and getting together. But, my little political rant, we in this country have given, a lot of the ingenuity that built a lot of what we think of as Americans have kind of been outsourced or not a part of it. We don't really get to be creative as much anymore. We're too worried about money and bills and making, the bottom line. The idea to just go back and be creative is something that is so lost in society.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I feel that too. And I feel lucky that the people that I've stepped into, the room with when I've pitched these ideas or these shows have been receptive to doing them, because without them, we couldn't do it. Like Ernest Packaging, the cardboard company from California that has completely changed their culture over there, because, they were just like a box and packaging company. And now they're getting known for, making crazy designs with us and now music. And so, yeah, I mean, I just feel really, I appreciate the fact that there are other people out there that are open to doing, letting ideas breathe like this.
Yes. When do the instrument companies come after you and say, stop taking our market share?
Nobody wants to make a production run of cardboard instruments. They're so delicate, and they take a lot of we take care of them and stuff like that. But, on the market, they wouldn't be, the classic wood guitar or some of the other materials that you've seen are much, stronger, will last a lot longer.
Okay, so when we watch the videos, you're talking about they're recorded a lot on these cardboard instruments.
Yeah.
And we get to see the jam session.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%. Those are all the cardboard instruments. So the cardboard sessions is set up like this. We invite the musicians to come in. They know they're playing cardboard instruments. They're not playing their own. The whole idea around that is what happens when an artist that, is so used to their normal instrument gets handed a cardboard instrument. Does that change the way that they think about the song they're going to play, or a song that they've played in the past? Does it inspire them to kind of, just play differently? And then we just capture that in a really professional setting, in a real studio. We've been at Sunset Sound in LA. We've been at Henson Studios down the street. We've done a couple sessions here in New York at Power Station. So there's sort of a little bit of it's a little travel when we can go to new studios. And then a lot of times we're in LA just because the instruments are there, and it's better to keep them, at home versus traveling around. We did a couple sessions in New Orleans. But yeah, the artists come together, they play. We let them kind of run the day. When they're happy, we're happy, and they can either jam, or they can play songs off their album, or they can, create something new, whatever. And it's just been awesome, because we're really just I mean, yeah, we're directing a little bit, just keeping everything together, but we're really just kind of flies on the wall during that day. And we just kind of make it as comfortable as possible. And they just, man, we've had, I mean, if you watch some of them, they're just incredible. They're like, you know, the Marcus King series, there's like four episodes around Marcus King, this kind of new up and comer. I mean, he's been around for a long time, but he's young. He's like 28, really soulful, like bluesy guitar player, comes from like a long history of players. And I mean, those are some of the best sessions we've seen on those instruments, you know, and people love them.
It's such a really great, cool, funky, original idea. When I saw this, like, I need to talk to you because I was so.
I love that.
I had to read the press release, Dave, like 5 times because I kept thinking to myself, I'm reading this wrong. There's something I'm missing.
Yeah.
I'm going to get on here and embarrass myself and say they're playing cardboard. And he's going to be like, what are you talking about? No, they're playing cardboard.
Yeah. Yeah, they're playing cardboard. I mean, basically, we take all these different types of cardboard with our team at Ernest Packaging and their designers there. And like for the guitar, we'll make like these blocks out of it, you know, and then those blocks will become like the body for the guitar or the neck. The drums were the hardest. Like if you go back and watch that episode, I mean, that's just insane. Like all of the molds that we made for the drum cylinders are all built with cardboard as well. Which is kind of a whole nother like side of what we're doing that's really interesting. Like you can prototype with cardboard material and then just recycle it versus like, you know, building like a mold out of metal or something that you then have to like, you know, purchase the metal, then melt it down maybe someday if you don't want it or whatever. But like, there's just like, it's opened up us a lot of ideas around how we build and design things.
Yes.
That's kind of cool.
So what is the actual process? Like, is there an engineer? Is there a group of people? Do they do a prototype? Like what, how does it work?
Yeah, I mean, it's us. We have some in-house engineers from our snowboard company. The Ernest Packaging crew has their own engineers and their design. They basically built a whole design studio based off of this show. So when we first started with them, Tim is the CEO of Ernest and Mike Martinez is like the head designer over there. And we were just kind of rogue building cool stuff. And now, you know, years later, there's a whole design department at this company in California where we just go in and we start building stuff when we have ideas. So yeah, we'll take the original concept. Like right now we're working on an acoustic guitar that we're probably going to start building in a month. And, you know, you take the acoustic guitar that you want to build and you take a look at it, you figure out who to partner with, and you just start playing with materials until you think you can fix it, build it into, you know, a proper acoustic guitar.
Okay. So then when you build this acoustic guitar and you try it out and it works great, you then are going to reach out to artists, you pitch the idea.
Yeah.
So what is the reaction from a lot of the artists when you pitch them and say, hey, you want my cardboard guitar?
I mean, it was harder at the beginning when they hadn't seen very many sessions. They're kind of like definitely skeptical. But now it's like so many great artists have played it that now when we pitch, they're like, no, I want to play that, you know? And then people will pick up the bass and be like, whoa, Keanu Reeves played this bass. That's so cool, you know? All the signatures are on the cases. And so they're kind of turning into like rock memorabilia, you know, by default, by the fact that all these amazing people have picked up these instruments and played them. I mean, we haven't put out the session yet, but we finished a Telecaster with Fender about a month ago. And the first person to play it was Robbie Krieger from The Doors. So it's just like, what the, you know, we're going to have that episode and probably, you know, sometime in the summer. But it's just like, again, back to us just chit chatting about creativity and not really focused on trying to make, you know, build an empire. Just focus on bringing people together, and all the right people come to play. You know, it's just like really natural and it's just really organic. And yeah, I mean, we're just rolling with it.
You sure are. You think you're doing a pretty good job. You have quite the all-star band that has come together to play.
Yeah.
Now, you're in the design business. You snowboards and things like that, which I've never snowboard, Dave. I will be paralyzed. I'm scared.
No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
You're gonna take me to a mountain, like
If
a
you
bunny,
want, we'll take you. Yeah.
like, you know, like very, 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 like if there's a 3-year-old and me, that's
Yeah.
where I belong,
Yeah.
in that area.
We'll make sure you're just fine. Yeah.
Okay, and that's a deal. That's a
Okay.
deal. What is the next thing? What are you going to move on from
The
instruments?
acoustic, yeah, I don't. You definitely move on from instruments. So we just did a big collaboration. So we're in action sports. So we just came back from a big trip where we did a project with Vans. You know, the Vans shoes.
Sure.
So we did a cardboard shoe of a classic style that they have done since the 50s, the slip-on, and we have. It came out amazing. You'll get to see the whole thing in the video when we drop it. And then we have all these professional skaters skating in these shoes. And it's just like it's just like a cool idea. It showcases, it showcases how cool Vans, like the people around that company are to just even, kind of go down this path with us. And we've been talking about it for years actually. And it was really special. Watching them all come together, watching everybody put them on and get so excited about them. And again, it's just like people are really open to like that ethos of like, wow, let's just make stuff. Like, let's, you don't have to overthink stuff too much. Like we've already kicked off the platform. So the platform, or our show ideas are kind of like, you kind of know we're coming in. We're going to probably make something out of cardboard. But like, yeah, the fact that people want to jump in and build stuff with us and see if we can make, products work, that's pretty awesome.
The whole thing sounds really awesome. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
I'm a size 12 if you want to send me cardboard Vans. And because they sound so awesome.
That's pretty cool.
I think I have every slip-on color Vans. They're iconic.
Nice.
For sure. So to be that. And the work that you're doing and get inspiring. It's inspiring. It's inspiring.
Cool. I
I
appreciate that. Yeah.
The idea that we can create some pretty neat stuff, which is whatever. We don't need.
Yeah. It's just ideas. I've been telling people like when they have me on and we talk about it, like these are just ideas that I had with, my friend Mark, who's a co, director on it and producer. And it's like, and Tim and the guys at the packaging company, it's like, these are ideas. And then you just got to believe in them, and you just like, you treat them, as if they already exist, or like, you're going to get them built regardless, versus like, people have ideas all the time and they don't know how to get things made. You just go make it, and you go make it and you bring people along for the ride. And then all of a sudden, we're sitting here and we're like 26, cardboard sessions in, with some amazing artists. We just got back from a crazy trip making some shoes with Vans, and we're just having a good time.
Well, everyone click the link below, subscribe so you can stay up to date with all the videos. When the videos come out, you can be the first to see them, because I'm sure they have a whole bunch of tricks up their sleeves, special guests, and music and other projects coming. And congratulations. I can't wait to see what happens.
Thanks, Robert. I appreciate that.
Thank you. Well, how cool is that? Can you imagine playing a cardboard guitar? What? Cardboard guitar? Cardboard drums? I don't even know how to break down my cardboard for recycling. Never mind turn it into a bass guitar for Keanu Reeves. So cool. There's so much ingenuity. We gotta get back to that. We have to get back to creating. We have to get back to being creative. Being a teacher, so much of our classroom has been test scores, bubbling things in, writing things down. What about the art, the creativity, the expansiveness of learning, trying, checking, building? That's what it's all about. It can't all be bubble sheets and test scores and data meetings. Sometimes we need to create the next to Amazon, the next Tesla, the next, you know what I'm saying? But you got my point. The point of it all is that I'm grateful that you're here at the roundtable. It's the show where artists talk about art. If you like what you're watching, go to robertbannon.com. You can listen to my music. You can check out more of my interviews every Friday on Broadway World, or every week on the Broadway Podcast Network daily. YouTube on Thursday nights. There's so many interviews. There's so much stuff going on here all the time. We're celebrating Pride as we speak as well. So catch up on our past episodes. Tell me what you think. And click the links in the bio on Instagram at Robert M. Bannon if you want to join us over on all the different platforms. It's an honor to be here. I thank you so much for being here. I look forward to seeing you next time. And the best is yet to come. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye. Have a good one.